Story 1 of Sunshine Factory. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Fiddlesticks. Sunshine Factory by Pansy. Story 1. Sunshine Factory. "Oh dear! It always does rain when I want to go anywhere," cried little Jenny Moore. "It's too bad! Now I've got to stay indoors all day, and I know I shall have a wretched day." "Perhaps so," said Uncle Jack, "but you need not have a bad day unless you choose." "How can I help it? I want to go to the park and hear the band, and take Fido and play on the grass and have a good time, and pull wild flowers and eat sandwiches under the trees. And now there isn't going to be any sunshine at all, and I'll have to just stand here and see it rain, and see the water run off the ducks' backs." "Well, let's make a little sunshine," said Uncle Jack. "Make sunshine?" said Jenny. "Why, how you do talk!" and she smiled through her tears. "You haven't got a sunshine factory, have you?" "Well, I'm going to start one right off, if you'll be my partner," replied Uncle Jack. "Now, let me give you 3 rules for making sunshine. First, don't think of what might have been if the day had been better. Second, see how many pleasant things are left to enjoy. And lastly, do all you can to make other people happy." "Well, I'll try the last thing first," and she went to work to amuse her little brother Willie, who was crying. By the time she had him riding a chair and laughing, she was laughing too. "Well," said Uncle Jack, "I see you are a good sunshine maker, for you've got about all you or Willie can hold now. But let's try what we can do with the second rule." "But I haven't anything to enjoy, 'cause all my dolls are old, and my picture books torn, and—" "Hold," said Uncle Jack. "Here's a newspaper. Now let's get some fun out of it." "Fun out of a newspaper? Why, how you talk!" But Uncle Jack showed her how to make a mask by cutting holes in the paper, and how to cut a whole family of paper dolls, and how to make pretty things for Willie out of the paper. Then he got a tea tray and showed her how to roll a marble around it. And so she found many pleasant amusements, and when bedtime came she kissed Uncle Jack and said, "Good night, dear Uncle Jack." "Good night, dear little sunshine maker," said Uncle Jack. And she dreamed that night that Uncle Jack had built a great house and put a sign over the door which read, "Sunshine Factory, Uncle Jack and little Jenny." End of Story 1. Sunshine Factory. Story 2 of Sunshine Factory by Pansy. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Fiddlesticks. Molly's Thanksgiving. She was on the way to the grocery. She had a broken-nosed pitcher and was going for 2 cents worth of molasses. Her face was bright, but it grew sober as she passed Grandfather. His white head was bowed over his hand, and the blue old eyes were dim with tears. Molly stopped and laid a little hand lovingly on his white head. "It will be a nice dinner, Grandpa," she said, and her voice was sweet and loving. "We've got a meal and a little sour milk, and I can make a lovely Johnny cake, and there are 2 cents for molasses to eat it with, and there are 2 potatoes to roast, and maybe I can get an apple to bake for sauce. Grandpa, I think it will be a nice Thanksgiving dinner." "Poor darling," said Grandpa, wiping his eyes. "You are something to be thankful for, if the dinner isn't. But I wasn't thinking of dinner, Molly. I know it will be good if you get it. Grandfather was thinking of his little boy Dick. It was on a Thanksgiving day that he went away 17 years ago to-day. It makes old Grandfather think of him whenever the day comes round, though there isn't often a day that I don't think of him, for that matter. But he's a-going to come back on Thanksgiving Day, you know. And what if this should be the very day, Grandfather? I'm going around by the depot after my molasses, then if I meet him I can show him the way home." But Grandfather only shook his head. "It's a pretty thought, child, and I'm glad you've got it to help you through the days. But your Uncle Dick will never come home again. I feel it all through me that I will never see him on earth." "And I feel it all through me that you will. Why, I know he'll come. This morning, when I prayed for him to come to-day, for sure, I most heard the angel saying, 'Yes, Molly, he shall.'" Grandfather smiled and
Sample complete. Ready to continue?